One of the questions I get asked all the time is, how do you do driving tours? If you want to do neighborhood tours for potential clients, what equipment do you use? How do you actually do it? What are the logistics of filming a neighborhood as you're driving around it? Well, in today's video, I'm going to be unboxing my new gift from Santa. Thank you, Santa. The Vantrue Ondash N2 Pro. This is a dash cam with two cameras, one that points out through the windshield, but one that points back into the interior of the vehicle. This way you get two camera angles as you're driving around a neighborhood. Ready to see if this works? Let's do this. Welcome back. I'm Karin Carr, and on this channel, I teach real estate agents to make videos that bring them actual business. If this is your first time here, you might want to check out this playlist after we're all done with this video, going over some of the ones that help you get started making videos to bring you paying clients without buying leads and without door knocking and cold calling, because it's not 1985 anymore. So why are you still marketing your business like it is? So what are driving tours and how can you incorporate them into your YouTube channel to help you start getting clients from it? Well, imagine that your prospect is looking on Zillow, and when they're on that website, all they see are the individual houses. They don't know if every tree in the whole neighborhood was bulldozed in order to build that neighborhood. They can't see if there are any trees in the neighborhood, how far apart the houses are. They can't see if there are a million cars parked in the street or if everybody parks in their driveway, because on Zillow and the other portals, they're just showing the front of the individual house. An actual driving tour through the neighborhood is incredibly valuable because I've had people tell me all the time, we came across your videos, we watched the video of X neighborhood, and it was so helpful to actually see what the neighborhood looks like. They get to see the community pool, they get to see the golf course, they get to see what all of the houses look like, not just the one that's currently for sale. And this is incredibly valuable to a person who is starting their initial search online, which they all are, right? The problem is that most neighborhood tours look like this. This was one of the very first ones that I did, and I had my iPhone mounted in a suction cup mount on the dashboard, and it shook like crazy. I even had to say something in the video apologizing for the shaky camera work because it was so bad. I've also tried putting my phone on a selfie stick, rolling down the window and sticking it out the window, kind of sandwiching it between the side view mirror and the frame of the car. I have tried putting my phone in a suction cup mount on the passenger side mirror while my husband drove and I sat in the passenger seat holding on to that camera for dear life so it wouldn't fall and crash into a million pieces on the ground. I have also put my phone in a gimbal. I use the Osmo Mobile 2, and my husband would drive. I would hold the phone in the gimbal. That would really reduce the shake. The problem with those two methods is that it requires two people, one person to drive and the other person to film. After reading about it online, I decided to ask Santa for the Vantrue Ondash N2 Pro camera, and here is why. The N2 Pro simultaneously films the road ahead and the interior of the vehicle. It has a higher resolution than other dash cams, and it has a larger memory. So it will support an external memory card of up to 256 gig that allows you to record a long time before the memory card is full. It also says that it has a built-in microphone, but I'm not really expecting this to be great audio quality. In fact, I fully expect it to sound something like this. So you'll probably want to have a separate microphone, or you can just film a voiceover during the editing process. So first things first, let's go get this baby set up and we will take it for a test drive and see how she does.
I tried it on the driver's side window, but then it's a very, very extreme close-up with the camera that's pointing at me. So now you can see that I have it attached to my windshield, but what I don't like is that I can see the side bar of my windshield. So you got to make sure that you place this in a way that you capture as much of the road and the side as you want without catching all of the parts of your car in it as well. So I finally decided I would mount it on the passenger side window, and that way it does not get my side mirror, it doesn't get the frame of the car in the frame at all, but we still see the camera pointing at me, but I'm not looking at it. So if I narrate while I'm driving, I'm not looking at the camera, and therefore I feel like it's a lot safer for the driver as well. So now we just need to figure out what to do with this power cord, because you don't want your cord to be in the way. So it's a very, very long cord. What I did was I just wrapped it around the headrest of the passenger seat like this, and then it will come down and plug into the power supply down in there with that jumble of cables that's such a mess. The price range of homes in this neighborhood starts in the high 200s and goes to the low 400s.
So what's the verdict? Well, coming in at roughly $200, I think it's absolutely worth the investment, especially if you're going to be filming these driving tours by yourself. It's kind of tough when you're all alone and you're trying to drive really slowly and not hit potholes and make sure that the phone isn't shaking like crazy on your dashboard. But if you're using this and you are alone, it comes off pretty smoothly. If you do have somebody else driving and you're in the passenger seat, even better, because now when the camera is on you and you feel like talking, you can do so safely. So I always do recommend that you get another person to drive the car whenever possible. Are you ready to start making YouTube videos that bring you actual paying clients? You're gonna need some gear, and in this live stream I talked about all of the gear that I recommend. Most of it is extremely affordable, cheap, and you can get started right away with pretty much no excuse and no barrier to entry.